Welcome back, and we continue with the top regional focus on human rights activists and legal officers in Uganda calling for the release of Robert Kyagulanyi, alias Bobi Wine, who has been under house arrest since the completion of voting in last week's election. A video posted on social media shows Wine and his wife pleading with officers to allow them out to purchase basic items such as food. NTV Uganda's Walter Mwesije has the details.
For close to 6 days, the home of Museveni's closest contender, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, has been besieged by security forces. Any attempts to reach them have proved difficult as the security forces pay no attention to anyone in that regard. Executive Director of the Foundation for Human Rights Initiative, Dr. Livingstone Sewanyana, says the actions of the forces are now seen as a blockade to Kyagulanyi's intentions to seek court redress over the recent election.
The act itself is not being done in good faith because it amounts to political harassment. He says he cannot access his supporters, he cannot access his lawyers, he cannot even get food. I think that is an act of political persecution, and it's not allowed under our constitution.
This video, posted on social media, shows Bobi Kyagulanyi being denied access to their garden where she wanted to pick food.
Your wife cannot pick food. What do you mean use the water? You don't tell us who picks food. You pick my boy.
In a tweet, Bobi Wine says they are stuck with an 18-month-old baby whose parents had come to visit the family. Crispy Kaheru, who independently observed the elections, says the state needs to come clear on this matter.
I think the choice that the authorities have is to strike a balance between ensuring that there is public order, which is very important, but also that Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi enjoys his rights as a person.
Security spokespersons for the army and police have previously said Bobi Wine is not under custody.
But we do have our surveillance teams that are there, and they are trying to counter any plans of seeing to it that there are violent demonstrations and also mass riots that are instigated.
However, Bobi Wine's lawyers have now petitioned court demanding for the immediate release of their client from illegal detention.
Under our laws, under the Constitution, a person is not supposed to be held without in a place which is not gazetted as a detention facility. And even those who are held in detention facilities, they are allowed access to food, they are allowed access to relatives, they are allowed access to legal counsel.
This is not the first time the state holds an opposition contender under house arrest after an election. In 2011 and 2016, Dr. Kizza Besigye, then a presidential candidate, suffered similar treatment. In 2016, Besigye spent the 40 days he would have used to garner evidence and file a case in court challenging the results of the election then. He nonetheless used his lawyers to petition court in futility.
The continued illegal detention of Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu at his home is not only an infringement on his rights and freedom, but can also be termed and seen as torture, especially psychological. Walter Mwesije, NTV.